morning, good evening, good afternoon. I just am here, the creator and writer of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I'm back for another daily motivational video. I told y'all I'm trying to get myself in a little groove. I actually went ahead and looked at like where I was according to my goal, and y'all, this is it. We are ending the near end of my journey. It's kind of crazy. It went by so fast. I realized that I only have to do 8 videos a month, so we'll probably do 2 videos a week. I probably am going to aim for like a Monday and maybe a Wednesday. And that's going to be that. And we'll see what happens from there. I don't know if I'll keep having a YouTube channel or not. I think that's why I've been, angel number 50, I've been very like apprehensive to like really put myself out there, because I'm like, I know I'm not going to be doing this forever, but I also realize like a lot of people are like just loud and wrong, and so it's like I'm smart as fuck, and so I just need to just like step into that truth. So that's why I'm here. All right, y'all. You know my spiel. I do not just use the tarot. I use God and customs in the same sentence. I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlamagne to God, it ain't gonna stop me. So let's get started. All right, dear God, guardian angels, and ancestors, what information? My chest. I'm sorry, y'all. It looks huge. Dear God, guardian angels, and ancestors, what information do you deem worthy for us to hear at this time? Please deliver these messages to me and through me. Allow no room. Oops, excuse me. Allow no room for doubt or confusion in me or the viewer's mind. God, what do we need to know at this time? Give us 2 cards. Give us 2 cards. Oh, and so I am gonna start doing one more. I love that. I am gonna start doing some new moon circles. I have one coming up this Saturday. I don't know if you're on there. I did post it. Oh, maybe I should post it. I think I did post it. Make sure that you're looking on the community tab. I do post things there. Make sure that you're on the Honestly Sis website. I'm always posting things there to just like stay up to date on everything. I did update my services on the website. Like, I'm really getting my shit together. Slowly but surely getting my shit together. So we actually had 3 cards come out, and it kind of came in the way of where I do my past, present. I do my peek into the future spread, and so I guess we'll just do one of those. The first card that came out is sisterhood, brotherhood. Sisterhood, brotherhood. I don't know, right away, this message just speaks to me about community. When I saw this card, it reminded me about how I am about to start doing the new moon circles. And that's just because I know that there is power in numbers. And so it's like, I just want to respect that and like honor it. And also just like, just start being who the fuck I'm gonna be. Like, I realize like I am like so worried about failing and looking stupid or nobody coming, and the truth is like, as long as there are 2 people there, 1 person there, it doesn't matter. Like, as long as somebody come, it's a win and it's a success. And so I'm just gonna move forward, because there is a lot of things that I want to do. It's a lot of things I want to create, and so I just want to do it this year no matter what. So I'm not allowing fear or like the negative thoughts in my head to get into that. And so it's all about building community, and I think that that's just the focus that God wants us all to have, is to really focus on building community, really focus on like really trying to work with like-minded people. I think I told y'all maybe 2 years ago, it's crazy saying that, at this next phase that we're in, it's all about partnership. It's all about community. It's all about learning to work together. And so that's why God really had us doing a lot of work on our love and attracting the right partner, attracting the right mate, attracting our tribe. And it's because of this emphasis on the sisterhood and the brotherhood. So yeah, I'm going to be having new moon circles. I'll probably also on the full moons, I'll probably come on here and do some lives. If people come, they come. If not, it'll just be posted on here, and then I'll be that. And then that's how I plan on doing the year. This will probably be my last year of YouTube. If it works, if it works, if I can get this bitch monetized, I'll be happy. If not, oh well. Like, it was a fun venture. I learned a hell of a lot here, and I'm grateful for you being here. So let's get into this reading. I'm done talking about myself. Angel number 426. So underneath this is enthusiasm. So with sisterhood and brotherhood, I feel like what God is saying is like, you know, really, if we just use my example of working on community, This is what we've been dealing in the past, thinking about community, thinking about who are the type of people that we want to, who we want to work with. And now God is telling us to be enthusiastic about that. If we are enthusiastic about the future, about the people that we're going to get to work with, about where we're heading in life, then I feel like that'll attract us to it more and more. I know I realized that I was doing a lot of like thinking about the past and like just like overly obsessing over it, like trying to figure out, well, who was right, who was wrong, how did I get in that situation, did this person take advantage of me, like constantly replaying it and not realizing that me constantly replaying it, me constantly revisiting it was keeping me kind of locked in that like pattern really. So I had to release it and let it go and get excited and get enthusiastic about this new life that I'm living. And like now I get like really, really excited. Like I was thinking about last year about the conversations that I was having after, you know, after my yoga classes, like and the compliments that I would get from people. Like one thing that from work, from yoga, like one thing people always compliment me on is my energy. And they're just like, oh my God, you're just such a positive person. You made me feel so good. And it's like, you know, realizing that, you know, if I make people feel that way, then, you know, I gave that out a lot. Like I have to realize, I have to believe what I preach, right? Angel number 608, I talk a lot about the universe works in balance and realizing that I'm always pouring out positive energy, realizing that at my core, like I'm a really, really good person, and knowing that the universe works in balance and the universe is going to give me what I'm focusing on. That's why God is saying being enthusiastic about the future and not really focusing on the past so much. And for the reason why he's doing that is because this will make us more efficient. Yeah, I feel like this whole message, actually, as I'm speaking on it, I feel like this message is all about us bringing in community. Like God is really trying to teach us how to call in our soul tribe, how to call in those people who are like us. And I think what God is saying is that by you not focusing on the past, by you not focusing on all the things that went wrong in your sisterhood and brotherhoods in the past, and instead getting enthusiastic and getting excited about your future, it'll be more efficient for the universe, because you thinking about the past and then jump into, oh, I want these people, and thinking about the past, and it's like it's confusing the universe. But if you just stay focused on the future and the people that you want and who you want to call in, it's more efficient. The universe hears you, and then they can easily bring that into you. I love that message. Perfect. I absolutely love that message. All right, so dear God, clarify this message of sisterhood, brotherhood, enthusiasm, and efficiency. What is this message about? Why is it so important for us to stop focusing on the past and to think about our future? How are we confusing the universe? Or just what do you want us to know about this message of sisterhood, brotherhood, enthusiasm, and efficiency? So I have new moon readings, full moon circles, because I really want to sync with the universal energies. I really do believe that in this next phase of humanity and where we're headed is really about as above, so below. And so it's so important for us to sync up with those energies. And like really diving into like how, you know, whatever phase we're in, how it's affecting us. And so that's why in this new moon circle this Saturday, I'm really going to be focusing on, it's going to be one this Saturday, but I will have one next month. So if you miss it, just, you know, make sure that you sign up on my website down below so that you can always be informed of what's going on. So yeah, like I'm going to ask them to bring their birth charts. I'm going to teach you how to pull your birth chart. And then we're going to actually dive into the birth chart. And so we'll see how this is going to be an Aquarius new moon. So we'll see how it's going to affect us on a collective level. But then the reason why I'm asking you to go into your birth chart is I'm going to show you how to teach yourself how it's going to affect you on a personal level. And this is the thing, it's like teach you how to fish. Like I realize like I really feel like God is calling me to this space, because I don't like how health and like wellness is being taught right now. I feel like it's very predatory. I feel like everybody is trying to get rich off of this. Everybody is trying to, people trying to make money off of this. And I get it. Get your hustle on. Like everybody, people got shit they got to do. But like, I'm not here for this. I'm trying to be an artist. Like I'm not trying to make this a career. I'm not trying to be the next Cleo. Like I'm not trying to be the next guru. Like, bitch, I'm trying to write. I'm trying to write movies. Like this is just literally me trying to give back to you. Literally me trying to give you the information that I taught, like the shit that helped me. And it's like, I really am trying to teach you I'm teaching you how to fish so that you can start getting this shit yourself. Like you don't have to keep going to these different people. And like, that's why I realized like this is why like my focus this year is fun. Like I'm not going to call the girl out, but like I went to an event. And like the first half of it, Asia number 1024, like she was like so, and whatever, like I get it. You have to do what you have to do to build yourself up. But it was like the person was so me focused that it really didn't feel like a community event. And like even when it got to the questions portion, like it felt like people didn't really feel comfortable with like speaking about it. And like even when you did speak about it, it was like trying to get, I don't know. To me, I didn't like how it was going. And like, I just felt like I'm always going, like before I used to go in those spaces and I used to learn and I used to like really, get information. But now I like really, and you can say what you want to say about me. I go into those spaces as an expert, and like 9 times out of 10, I know I can answer the question better than that person. Or I'm like in the comments, like commenting to people, like this girl's like, oh, I'm always in my head. What can I do? And I'm like talking to her like, hey, maybe you want to try yoga. Like yoga really helps. Like, so it's like, I am just at this place where I'm like, I'm an expert, goddammit. Like I have healed myself. I have got myself over a big ass hurdle. And I think it's the most, the most important hurdle. And I want to just help. And I'm not about to charge you $1,000 to do it. Like I'm just going to charge you a little bit because I need to also value myself and value the information I have. But I'm not trying to get rich off of this. Like I just feel like healing and all of this shit should be accessible, and it's starting to become very weird. It's getting weird. It's getting weird. Anyways, underneath this, what came out is the 9 of Wands. As you see, I did some shuffling because the universe told me to do it. And what came under here is the 9 of Wands. And the 9 of Wands, as we can see, this guy is like a little beat up. He's a little on edge. It's like, he kind of like, like he's ready to go. And like this energy is kind of where we are. This is the underlying energy. I feel like a lot of us, like we have been fighting for our dreams. And like, it's like our guard is up and like, we are like, I am ready to fuck up anybody who try to like cross me, angel number 1231. And honestly, I feel like what God is saying is like, we kind of need to let that down. Like, yes, we needed to be brave. We needed to be tough for a moment. But now that we're moving into this new phase of our life where we have to, we're trying to call in divine partnerships. We're trying to call in our divine community. Like now we need to let some of this like, I beat your ass energy go, so let's let that go a little bit. For the sisterhood and brotherhood, what came out is the Knight of Wands reversed. Knight of Wands upright is all about fast-paced energies, being very excited, rushing towards the things that really excite you. And I feel like with this coming under the sisterhood and brotherhood, I feel like because of the things that happened in the past, because of the betrayals, because of, people using you or people taking advantage of your talents, like maybe you did not feel comfortable about you, the way that you've been treated in the past in these group settings, you don't really feel comfortable with, going into, like rushing into community. A lot of you guys are hesitant, and I get it. Like, once you've been through something, like a smart person, you learn from it. You don't go into it the same way. And so a lot of you guys are cautious about really putting yourself out there. But God is really saying that we have to put ourselves out there. Like right now we're in this place of where we're mourning our past. But like I was telling you before, if you keep staying focused in this energy of mourning your past and thinking about all the things that you lost and all the people who used to be your friends and how good it used to be, then you'll never even realize these 2 other cups that you have upright. You'll never be able to get to the other side of it. And then you'll stay like in this energy of, holding yourself back and being hesitant towards the thing. And this is the thing. I'm speaking fast. So the reason why I say this is reversed, because it's like deep down inside, you do want community. You do want love. You do want to have a good friendship. You do want to be around people that you can love and trust. The idea of sisterhood and brotherhood excites you, right? But because of all the stuff that happened in the past, you're hesitant. Angel number 1444, which is, you know, it's reasonable. But what God is saying is that, and as you are right now grieving your past and, you know, mourning it, you have to, at some point, you have to let it go. At some point, you have to stop focusing on it. After some point, you have to stop repeating that story to yourself over and over, and you have to focus on where you're going. And this is what God is saying. As you can see, this is what, I think this is the 7 of Pentacles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles. And you see, it's this man. He's kind of like, it's like he's like building up his, his wealth. Kind of, you know, because pentacles are all about wealth, things being tangible, but you see he's like bored. And honestly, this is what I think about, like, when we get on this healing journey so much. Like, you learn so much information and that you keep doing it because you feel like, oh, well, because what they tell you is the healing journey is never over. And it's like, yeah, it's not. But it has to stop. You know, at some point, it has to come to an end and you have to apply all of this shit you're learning. And I feel like you're at this point where you've learned all this information, where you've had all of these great experiences, where you know, you've weighed your pros and cons, you looked at the past, and what God is saying is like, now it's time for you to let your guard down. Like, now is the time. Like, you're still in this energy. This is why you're bored, because your guard is still up. You're still on ready, not realizing that that whole cycle has passed. You went through this cycle, and this is what we have to understand. The reason why you had those betrayals, the reason why you had those, you know, all of this shit that went wrong in your past is so for you to get to this place to realize what you do want. This is what we have to understand. We go through fucked up shit because God wants you to see, hey, dude, is this really a reflection of who you want to be? Yes or no? And then you say to yourself, no, this is not a reflection of who I want to be. I don't want to be somebody who is constantly in relationships where I'm not appreciated, where the love is not reciprocated, where it feels like I'm the only one doing the work. No, I don't want that. I really want to see what true love feels like. I really want to see what it feels like to get all of this good energy. And this is what God is saying. This is all your good energy just sitting here building up. And the only reason why you're not getting it is because you're so like on guard, because you won't let nobody in. So what God is saying, let your guard down. Let your guard down and have fun. Start getting excited about yourself. Start getting, this is the Page of Wands. Start like feeling yourself. Start like being, you know, excited about your passion. Start focusing on the other 2 cups. When you do that, the fast communication comes in. And then you're out of the hermit phase. And now you're moving on to better days. Yeah, you still got some of that baggage, but you're moving on and your whole fucking world is expanded. And it all happens because you choose to let down your guard. You got to let it down. You got to let your guard down and get excited and get curious about the future. This is angel number 1747. This message is going to heal somebody. The reason why you're stuck, the reason why you're bored is because your guard is up. Because you're not willing to try nothing different. Yeah, you're doing all this stuff to heal yourself. You done learned all these things. You're doing all the journaling. You're doing yoga. You're doing all the steps to heal yourself. You're actually whole. You're healed. You went on in that situation, but the only reason why you don't feel like it is because you keep focusing on the past. At some point, you got to move on. You got to let it go, right? All right. I'm actually going to go ahead and getting into the vortex, because this really, really sounds like this is like a love and attraction thing. All right, God, clarify this message of the page. Clarify this message. God, clarify this message of sisterhood, brotherhood, enthusiasm, and efficiency, along with the Knight of Wands reverse, the 5 of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Wands. You have a little bit of everything out here. A little bit of everything. Except for communication. So what it says to me is that maybe you're not even communicating your truth to yourself. All right, God, what do we need to know? Why is it so important for us to release the past and to let our guard down? Oh, here we go. And the card that flew out is my most important relationship is with my source. There is no relationship of greater importance to achieve than a relationship between you and your physical body right here and now. And the soul source God from which you have come. If you tend to that relationship first and foremost, you would then and only then have the stable footing to proceed into other relationships. Your relationship with your own body, with money, with your parents, children, grandchildren, and your world will all fall easily into alignment once you tend to this fundamental relationship first. What did I tell you? You have to get back excited about the future. You have to get excited about your passions. And guess what? The beautiful thing is when you get back excited about those things, when you start connecting back into you, you're connecting to God. Because God is you. That's the plot twist. That's the shit they don't want us to know. That's the shit they won't want us to know. God is you. God ultimately wants what the fuck you want. You sitting here bored, being like, where is my blessing? Why isn't it coming? And God is like, because you're focusing on, you're not even focusing on the right things, man. And so what God is saying, you've done all this work to heal and to become one with me. And so now that you've been healed and you become one with me, and you've learn to trust yourself, right? Now you got to trust God, because guess what? God is nothing but an extension of yourself. You came from God, right? We say it all the time. You were made in the image of God, right? You were made in God's image. So which means that if you were made in God's image, and if he's your father, which means you have like characteristics of God. So which means you're really a powerful motherfucker, right? And so what this message is all about, God is saying, you're focusing. This is the thing I say all the time. God's not looking at your life how you looking at it. You are so focused on the past. You're so focused on all those people who betrayed you. But God is like, I had that happen for a reason. You're not looking at what was the end result, like who you became because of that. And that's where I'm at. It's like, you know what? As hard and as painful as these last, 3 to 5 years has been, you've seen me on this channel crying about it. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. And I'm going to say this, and this is where I'm going to end it at. I'm going to wrap it up at. The best thing that ever could have happened to me is my boyfriend walking out on me. Best thing that could have ever happened to me. The best thing that could have ever happened to me is everybody that was in my little mentoring group never coming to visit me when I was in the hospital. That was the best thing that ever could happen to me. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if they would have came to visit me, if he would have stayed, if he never would have walked away, I would have stayed in all of those relationships. I would have stayed involved with all of those people. And you want to know why? Because I felt obligated. Because I felt like I had to. Because I felt like this person was here for me, so I got to be here for me. Because I got to be a writer, right? Even though towards the end of all of those relationships, I knew I wanted to walk away. I knew I was miserable. I knew I wasn't having fun no more. I was showing up later and later to the party. I was showing up high. I was getting high in my car to even go be with these people. I knew that I wasn't supposed to be in it, but I would have never let it go if those person wouldn't have rejected me first. And so I say that to say, stop focusing on the betrayals, because it happened for a reason. It happened because if that person would have never betrayed you, if you would have never found that shit out, if your heart would have never been broken that way, you would have stayed. So it had to happen so that you, for your own fucking growth, and that's how beautiful God is. He take the bad shit out of your life for your good. Like, it's for you. I intend to see the best in everyone. You can never consistently motivate anybody to do anything. But when you see the best of them and you go over to where the version of the best of them is and you align with that and offer one signal, now you are the part of the inspiration you see. Have you ever had an experience? Have you ever had that experience yourself when someone sees you and loves you and expects the best of you? Do you not shine in ways you never shined before? And do you not find it really hard to shine when another does not look for the best of you? And this is what God is saying. Let your guard down. I get it. Yeah, in the past, people didn't have your back. Yeah, in the past, people let you down, but you're not there anymore. And if you continue to keep focusing on all the bad, what you're going to see is all the bad in the world. But if you instead choose to believe in the laws of the universe and choose to believe that if you've experienced a whole bunch of this bad shit, then it means a whole bunch of good shit is coming for you. So that's why God is saying, let your guard down. Continue to just focus on you, your love, your passions, your relationship with me and you, which is crazy because your passions is really truly God. And then see the best in everybody. If you do that, your whole life will be changed, right? Everything will be changed. And it's not because it's magic. It's just because you choose to focus on something differently. And when you choose to focus on something differently, you get something differently out of life. Last thing, our diversity supports our individual freedom. And this is just letting you know that all of us, we're here to do different things. I'm not here to do tarot like the next person. The reason why God has me doing what I'm doing is for another purpose. It's for another reason. We are not meant to be doing the same things. And so if you find yourself, you being on this healing journey, or you starting to look at dating differently, or you starting to even looking at jobs differently, just because your mom or your dad or people around you don't agree with you, don't mean that it's wrong. You have to be the one to go ahead and step out and take that leap of faith. Okay? All right, y'all. That is all the message I have for you. I'm gonna go ahead and end this beautiful relationship, this beautiful message with a work your light, because we are running out of time. So I'm gonna just do a quick little card. All right, God, clarify this message. Page of Wands, Knight of Wands reverse, 5 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, and 8 of Wands. First of all, past communication is coming in. This is what I want you to know. When you choose to be like, all right, God, I'm going to choose to see the best. Don't be surprised when something just magically change. When something fast come in, because a lot of you guys, you've done the work, and the only reason why you haven't got it is because of your focus is not on the right thing. So you need to change your focus to those 2 cups that are upright. All right, y'all. Why is it so important? My most important relationship is with my source. I intend to see the best of everyone. God, why are you stressing the importance of them letting their past go? Why do you want them to focus on their future and to focus on their relationship with you? What is the fast communication coming in? Or what do you deem worthy for us to hear? Allow no doubt for allow no room for doubt, confusion, and need of a pure mind. All right. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives, which that makes so much sense. We're talking about releasing the past, and this is why God wants us to release the past. 108. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. It is time to release old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They are coming up to be healed. There has never been a safer time to change these patterns than right now. Take a look at the patterns in your life that you are ready to release. Ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that you have that have an expiration date. It could be a vow of silence or chastity or poverty. It is time to unwind from them now. This is the life in which you are free. This is the life in which you free yourself from trauma of past lives. What old ways of being has an expiration date? When you name them, you claim them, and they stop holding power over you. When you acknowledge these old patterns, it is important to acknowledge how they have served you up until now. For example, a soul pattern of playing small caused by a soul fear of being seen or by sharing your voice would have served you by keeping you safe. In order to grow, you now need to soften by receiving and calling in support. It is time to unbind from the old ways of being that are no longer sustainable. Thanks, God. I release also stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in the present time. I carry the lessons, growth, and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, unbound, forever unbound. I release also stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in the present time. I carry the lessons, growth, and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same way. May I be unbound, unbound, forever unbound. I release also stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in the present time. I carry the lessons, growth, and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same way. Live the same story. May I be unbound, unbound, forever unbound. Angel number 2955. A really good thing that you could do is, especially around the full moon, write down all the things that you want to release and then put them on fire. Set them on fire and then go a step further and flush them down the toilet. That way you have all of the elements. Air is it you bringing it from your mind, putting it on the paper. That's earth, fire, and then water. So then you'll have the full cycle and then you'll be able to release that. Say this 3 times. I will make sure I put that in the description box and we'll be free. Y'all, it's time. Like, I'm not even playing. We about to bring heaven on earth. Heaven about to come on earth. Devil about to be mad. It ain't even the devil. That's the funny part. It's not the devil. It's just these devilish motherfuckers gotta go. All right? Let me just let you know. Okay, guys. I told y'all. This is the last thing I was like. I told y'all I'm at the end of my book. And, like, the ending of it has been really surprising me. Like, it has been crazy. And, like, one thing that one of my characters in the book said, which probably was God, it says that if you look around, all of this stuff is happening, right? All of these national disasters are happening, and it's really letting you know that what is happening is not the earth. The earth is really trying to awaken us, and the earth is showing you that we're ascending. And so the thing is, you have to ascend. It's time for us to evolve. So it's like with everything that's happening in the world, it's telling you to stop looking at the outside world and to go within. And when you go within, you connect with God. And when you connect with God, can't nobody stop a motherfucking thing. And that is how we're going to change the world, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for my TED Talk. I will see you later. Mwah, I love you guys. Say no. If you made it to the end of this mess, you are not subscribed. What the fuck are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe. If you... Let me count down. If you made it to the end of this message, you are not subscribed. What are you waiting for? Please go ahead and subscribe. If you made it to the end of this message and anything touched you, please go ahead and put it down in the description box below. If you are shy, go ahead, just give me a thumbs up, because you know what? If we have to like, if you with this mission of bringing heaven on earth, you have to like this video so that we can push this word out, get it out to the right people. If you want to work with me, if you want to learn more about Honestly Sis, all of that information is in the description box below. Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never, ever, ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. I will see you soon. 3223. Talk to you later.